Sup dudes, it's Snail, and it's that time of month again where I round up my favorite mods on Nexus and showcase the best Fallout 4 mods of the month. As always, watch till the end to see who takes the top spot, and if I featured your mod, say hi in the comments. If you want to see what we covered in previous months, click the annotation in the corner or the playlist in the description, where you'll also find links to every mod that we cover today. Clothes are important. They keep you warm and safe against the threat of being touched by the dangers of the Commonwealth. No, Mr. Raider, I don't need to experience the joys of tetanus firsthand. Go away, please. This Malkavian understands this perfectly, and that's why they graced us with these new Vault Suit outfits. Vault Survivor is a small mod by the aforementioned author that adds 4 new variants of the Vault Suit you know and love. These suits exhibit various amounts of wear and tear, and their design reflects the names they're given. That isn't all though, these suits are going to make you feel extra special when you put them on because they'll boost a single attribute. Very cool, it's kind of like how New Vegas had a lot of clothing that gave you certain attribute boosts, and this is one thing I've always felt 4 was lacking in. There's the Sexy Vault outfit that gives a +1 boost to charisma, the Lucky outfit that boosts luck, Survivor outfit for endurance, and the Rogue outfit for agility. The outfits also come with optional fishnets that you can make at an armor workbench for the particularly thirsty among you. Finally, as if the suits weren't enough, the mod gives us a cloth hood to complete the look, or a scarf and goggles if head coverings aren't really your thing. It's a very simple and small, but impactful mod that expands your lore-friendly wardrobe. Sometimes simple really is best. Say you are looking to add lots of new outfits with one single mod, then Vault Mashup Redux has you covered. This mod from Valerian17 fleshes out the Fallout 4 wardrobe with over 30 new armor, clothing, and pieces to outfit your personal murder hobo with. This is obviously a lot of options to choose from, and while I'm not going to show them all in this video, I'm wearing what I settled on being my favorite, which is the Vault Bomber armor that I'm showcasing here. Unlike Vault Survivor, these outfits are heavily armored right from the get-go, so there's no need for fitting individual armor pieces over them. You just visit your local chem bench, create the outfit, wear it, and you're good to go. Fallout 4 has a lot of really good weapon mods. They usually have such great attention to detail, I just always wish there was a way to admire them immersively in-game. Luckily, we can do exactly that now with Weapon Inspect Framework from... what is that? Yeah, I'll just call them Fran. From Fran. This framework already supports several different weapons, including some vanilla weapons with reanimation mods. I'm not gonna lie, I have a shaky grasp of what's going on under the hood here, but here's how I understand it. First, you set a hotkey in the mod configuration menu, then you equip your supported weapon of choice. After pressing the hotkey, the framework is going to try to match your weapon to an inspect rule, where an animation will play showing off the weapon in a super immersive way. Of course, there's a lot more to it than just that, but that's a neat little nutshell of what's happening here. While this helps add some visual flair, you may notice the supported mod list is rather short. Never fear, the mod page actually provides full instructions on how to create framework patches for any weapon you want. I expect to see quite a few more patches for supported weapons into the future, so keep an eye out for those and see when your preferred weapons get added if you're not making any yourself. The very first weapon we're talking about today is one that's oddly befitting of a game where you're tasked with rebuilding America after nuclear annihilation. I've always felt it was a little weird that Fallout 4 doesn't feature any tools as melee weapons, especially when they're probably the most obvious choices. The power drill is here to fill that hole and put some more holes in some raiders. The weapon can be found in leveled lists in the Commonwealth after level 10 and is an automatic melee weapon. Functionally, it's like the Ripper, but instead of being a chainsaw, it's the more innocuous and no less lethal power drill. The drill itself is lovingly crafted by its creators on the Old World add-on project team. It hosts a whole array of customizations at the weapon bench, including several different bits, lighter or heavier drill furniture, and damage add-ons if you want to add some special damage to the mix. Aside from the add-ons, there's also different skins which are more or less lore-friendly. There's also a unique variant named Bob's Revenge. I took some inspiration from this to roleplay a post-apocalyptic construction worker so I could look the part while I put some screws to the Commonwealth's problems. Remember, the chances of getting your day screwed up by a drill are low, but never zero. It might seem shocking at first, but we also got a brand new energy weapon in June. The best part is that the weapon is neither laser nor plasma, it's actually electricity, and the weapon even uses disintegration animations for the kills. This is the Zeus Lightning Gun, a break-action energy weapon that shoots pure electricity. This is probably the most fun I've ever had with energy weapons due strictly to the nature of the weapon. Not to mention, its design is absolutely incredible. The spires at the front give you some sense of where and how this weapon generates its projectile, while the copper copper wire coils complete the picture. Taking it to the weapons bench reveals that the customization options are fairly thin, but they're at least there and they make aesthetic changes, so at least there's effort in the presentation. Not to mention, that disintegration effect is so cool to watch. I used this thing for way longer than I thought I would. See, there's absolutely nothing you can't do with a bit of good technology. Speaking of good technology, if you need some for yourself, I partnered with Apex Gaming PCs to get you great tech at a good price. You guys already know I'm bad, broke as dirt by the way, and thankfully Apex has a financing option so even a bad boy like myself can get my hands on some good tech like the Apex Streamer model, which comes standard with a Ryzen 7 5700X, 32GB of RAM, holy shit that's a lot of RAM, and an RTX 4060. This is meant to be the perfect mid-level gaming PC for someone such as myself who needs a great cost to performance ratio. But wait, there's more. If you use code SNAIL at checkout, you'll get 3% off your purchase price and bragging rights to your friends about your rig being cooler than theirs. Link in the description and pinned comment. Thanks, Apex. Now we move on to one of my favorite entries this month. Deep beneath the Commonwealth is a forgotten military bunker, sealed off for the last 200 years. To get there, you need to go to the Kendall Hospital, enter the parking garage, and look for the door in the junk fence. Before you enter, make sure you're prepared for a fight, as this dungeon pulls no punches. GrayStone is the name of this new dungeon, and it stands as a feature-complete location from Bailey Men. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but yeah, Bailey Men. The location boasts an interesting design, tough encounters, and requires you to pay attention to your surroundings to progress. For instance, assuming you beat the Assaultrons littered throughout the tight corridors and make it to the bunker area, you'll find a lot of locked doors blocking you off, and from there, the dungeon becomes a game of exploration. The best part about this design choice is that it forces you to take in the reality of the situation for the people who used to live there. There are living quarters, laundry areas, classrooms, a command center, and holy shit, it's a gym with interactables. Aside from pumping some iron, there is lore in this location, which I don't really want to spoil because honestly, it's worth playing. The bunker is filled from top to bottom with loot. You can find all sorts of junk you'll need for your crafting endeavors. Meanwhile, there's also some unique items like a legendary laser gatling, 3 pieces of power armor, and some ballistic weave Mark V mods, super helpful for those of us who don't care about the railroad. This isn't the only new interior this month, as we did get another, albeit much shorter, but no less exciting interior to explore. The author, named Office Test, created a premise for this mod that's fairly simple. What if I take 100 dudes and make them fight in a sealed room with one gorilla? And the end result of this experiment in simian to human relations is nothing short of hilarious. Playing through this mod is fairly simple. You go to this door, once you get inside, you can see a gorilla taking vengeance for Harambe against 100 different dudes, and if you really feel like it, you can go through this tunnel on the side and end up on the inside of the cage fight and get involved yourself. Once you defeat the massive mob, you get some grenades that spawn gorillas whenever you want to drop an extremely violent ape on an enemy. They're not particularly strong apes, but the fact that we have a summoning option in Fallout 4, even if it's just gorillas, is too good to pass up. So I definitely got involved in the fight, but I decided to use something special to expedite the match. It's named My First Weapon Mod, and it's actually from a member of our community by the name of CheezItBoy45. It's literally just a minigun that shoots rockets. Once you pick the weapon up in Sanctuary, it's time to take it to someone who really deserves the firepower. And that's really all there is to it. It helps you make your best impression of an AC-130 when you hit the TCL command, so you can fly around and bomb your enemies from the sky with extreme prejudice. And that sends our list of best mods of the month off with a blast. That's it for the list. Thank you so much for watching, and now it's time to crown a winner. This month was really tough actually, because there were several mods that I really enjoyed, but if I had to pick one single winner, that's going to be GrayStone. GrayStone was just such an incredible playthrough because I wasn't really expecting it to be as enjoyable as it was, but the way the dungeon is laid out and structured, as well as the lore that you get at the end, and of course the goodies, made it very much worth playing through. If you're gonna play one mod on this list, make it GrayStone. It's absolutely worth your time. Alright, and that's it for the best of June. If you liked any of the mods you saw, make sure you check the description. They're all linked down there. If you want to see the best mods of the previous month, click the video on the right. And if you want to see an extremely bad mod make me suffer, click the video on the left. Join the Discord link in the description for early access to all my videos. There's also a Spotify link, that's my song. If you like music, check that out. Until next time, this has been SnailOXD. Take care, brush your hair. Thanks for watching, dudes, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace, dudes.